Okay, I've wanted to burn a bowl for over a year now. I've had the tools, I used it to like sign my name and stuff, but I wanted to give a bowl the full treatment. So on this 6-inch bowl, it took me about 4 hours. I really like the way it looks. It smells really good, and other people seem to like it too. So maybe it's cool, I don't know. I've been turning normal bowls for a while now, and I just wanted to do something different. And I think it turned out really awesome. Let me show you the process and you can decide if it's something you want to try out. Okay, this is a whole time lapse of the entire process. I started here after I got the outside shape of the bowl where I wanted it, the inside shape where I wanted it, and then I did a quick sand on the outside at 120 grit, and that was useless. There's no point to sand. I will definitely not be doing it again. No idea why I even tried it. You can see I'm kind of rotating the tip as I burn, and that's to flake off the ash that would build up on the tip. And I found if it started building up too much, it would take longer to burn each little hole. So I started rotating it and it would like flake off, it would pop off. And then every once in a while, I'd even have to hit it with a little wire brush that's gonna come into frame here shortly. A clean tip burns faster, burns easier, and you get a better looking burn. So that's definitely important. Also, you can kind of look and you can see the tip is deforming. And so every once in a while I'd have to kill the camera and then bend it back into shape and then put it back in the pen. So I actually end up switching tips about halfway through. I'll talk about that in a little bit. And if you look right here, yep, there's the new tip there. Basically what I did is over the 4 hours of the burn process, I went edge to edge. At first, I was kind of focusing on where to put the holes to make it look kind of random and chaotic. But after I got far enough along, I quickly realized that it's going to look chaotic no matter where I put the holes. So I just focused on getting the job done and burning it edge to edge. So yeah, that's the whole process there. I'll go into next, the tip choice and stuff like that. So when I first had the idea of doing this, I tried just using a soldering iron. Didn't work. It would trip a fuse, it didn't want to stay on for that long, and it was really inconsistent on whether it was hot enough or not. It just was not a good process. So after that, I got the cheap wood burning kit off of Amazon, and that was even worse. That thing was flimsy, fall apart junk. Don't touch them. If you're gonna do wood burning, pyrography, you got to get the good stuff. This is the Burnmaster Hawk. I bought this kit based on some of the research I did, and it's really true. I got what I paid for with this kit. It came with a bunch of different tips. It came with the pen, everything I needed to get started, except I wanted to do a burn with basically what they call the ballpoint style tip. So if you look closely, you can see it's got just a little ball on the end. And that's how I got all the little craters. Before I got the nice tip though, I went on Amazon and I bought a crappy tip. And it flimsy, didn't heat up well, wanted to bend as it was heating up, so I was constantly having to rebend it and get it in shape. And I used it on the first half of this bowl. The second half, I got the good tip and I went twice as fast. You get what you pay for. So if you're looking to do something like this, get the right equipment. It makes all the world of difference. So one little thing that I noticed happening when I was doing the process is I was getting these stains that was coming through on the inside of the bowl. It's either the oils in the wood or the wax I put on the end grain when I was letting the bowl originally dry. I did a little test where I was able to sand and a little of it came off. We'll see if that works in the end process. I'll sand it down, see if I can get these stains out. If not, Mr. Torchy's coming to the party and I'll just burn the inside too. Next time I do this, I'm definitely going to not shape the inside of the bowl before I do the process. I'll leave it thick, burn the outside, and then I'll come in with the gouge afterwards, and I'll clean up the inside to the finished shape. All right, we are gonna hit this with 120 grit and see if it doesn't take out these grease stains. Seems to be working. All right, I'm gonna try this for a bit and see what we get. All right, I hit it at 120 for a little bit, and a lot of those grease stains, you can still see them a little bit, but don't look at the tear out. I'm a great turner. I never tear anything out. But it looks good. I'm not mad at it. Call it spalting. I'm gonna go through the grits, go up to 400, call it a day. All right, went up to 400, looks pretty good. I'm happy with it. I mean, you can still see some of the specs, but honestly, there's some spalting in this as it is. It's spalted. Look at that. Look at all that cool spalting. I'm down with it. I think it's good. I'm going to take it off the chuck, spin off the tenon, clean up the bottom, oil it. We'll be good. Cool. See you in the next one. All right, tenon time. Gonna use my bowl gouge and part this thing off. This is pretty clean. I'll take the tenon down as much as I can, as much as I feel comfortable with. Sand this up a little bit. Then we'll part off the tenon with a chisel. Throw some oil on this bad boy. All right, let's start this thing up. Little off center, but that don't matter. Yeah, it's fine.
Take the tailstock down just a sketch.
Uh-oh. Slipped on there. Let's tighten up this tailstock. All right, little nubbin left, and we can just pop her off. Boom, sand that up. She should be good to go. Okay, got the bottom sanded down to 400 grit. Gonna sign my name, slap some oil on it, and it'll be all done. Kind of turn the piece around, make it easier on myself. All right, hardest part, the S. I always mess up the S. All right, looks pretty good. Give her a quick sand. Rough it up a little bit. There we go. All right, hit it with a little bit of oil or a lot of bit of oil. Just a little bit of Butcher Block food safe oil. That's what I like to use. Let that soak in. It's been a few days, as you can tell by my costume change, and the male pattern baldness is more noticeable. But the bowl turned out great, oil soaked in. I think it looks really good. I'm really happy. I'm definitely gonna do this again. If you have any questions or any suggestions, let me know. See you on the next one. Okay, that totally looks like Bathe Works.
It does.
It's, I gotta fix that. Sometimes when you burn, it doesn't always turn out the way you want it, and sometimes you have to go back and fix it. So, let me see. That clip ain't gonna work. I was trying not to burp the whole time.